So my name is Lonnie Bee, and I have this series in my membership club, which is on patreon.com/Lonnie Bee's members only. It's called Street Tales, where I sit down and tell you the ins and outs of what's going on the streets. Every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. It goes a little something like this. So there's this girl named Cassandra who grew up in the foster care in St. Louis. Now, Cassandra, she ain't really fuck with the foster care because she didn't like how they treated her. She never felt like she belonged. They always fed her scraps and always gave her hand-me-down clothes to wear. So Cassandra decided to one day take some money out of one of her caretaker's purse, get a bus ticket, and head to D.C. She got to D.C. and she was just roaming the streets. Cassandra didn't know no one. Now, on this particular day, she bumped into a dude named Jay, who made her feel like something she never felt before. Human. Now, Jay will always come visit Cassandra, who was too afraid to tell Jay she was homeless. He would take her to the park to have small talk with her, take her to get something to eat just to get to know her a little bit more. And on the fourth day, Jay took Cassandra to the Holiday Inn where they made love. At least that's what Cassandra thought, because after that night, she never heard from Jay again. Months have passed and Cassandra is trying to find a way to survive, lurking the streets of D.C., signing up for multiple programs and being put on a waiting list. She was stressed. She felt defeated, so she gave up. One day, Cassandra was standing outside on New Hampshire Avenue. She began to be lightheaded. She lost conscious of herself and she fell out. A lady across the street seen Cassandra fall to the concrete. She yelled, "Somebody call the police!" While different store owners stepped out of their establishment. While the ambulance arrived, they took Cassandra to the hospital and there she found out she was 8 weeks pregnant with a mild concussion. Cassandra was so used to living through being unhealthy that she thought the lump in her stomach was a cyst. The hospital admitted Cassandra because she had a mild concussion as well. Now, assigned to Cassandra's room was a part-time nurse who was a full-time social worker who created a friendship with Cassandra and liked Cassandra and wanted to help her out. So Cassandra has been approved for her brand new apartment thanks to Nurse Ruby. So it's now time for the also pregnant Cassandra to be discharged from her concussion. Now Nurse Ruby, she's clocking out and she decides to give Cassandra a ride to her new location. The location that Nurse Ruby know oh so well because she owned 4 of the units in this apartment building, and one which Cassandra will be staying in rent-free till she get herself together, thanks to Nurse Ruby. Ruby has now dropped Cassandra off, walked her up to her apartment 1B. She told Cassandra before she went back to her car, "I got some things that I want to give you as a gift, a housewarming gift. I think you appreciate it. Now I gotta head to my other job, but I'm gonna get my husband to bring it back. Is that cool?" Says Nurse Ruby. "Of course that's cool. And thank you so much for being so nice to me, Ruby. I really appreciate a friend like you." "Girl, no problem. Us sisters gotta look out for each other." So as Nurse Ruby turned around to walk to her car, she quickly turned back around and said to Cassandra, "Now, Cassandra, don't be alarmed when my husband comes back here, okay? You ain't in no trouble, girl, because he is totally the opposite of us." So Cassandra replied by saying, "Okay." And Nurse Ruby walked away. Now, Cassandra lived on the first floor. Now, about 35 minutes later, Cassandra is sitting in her apartment in a chair in an empty living room, and she can hear on the outside of her apartment door that someone is struggling, dragging something. Now, they keep getting louder and louder and louder. So then all of a sudden, Cassandra hear a knock at her door. Boom, boom, boom. Cassandra jumped up, holding her stomach. "Who is it?" As she walks towards the door, the voice on the other end of the door yelled back, "Max, Ruby's husband." Cassandra puts some pep in her step and begins to smile as she goes to the door and opens the door. And Cassandra was stuck. She couldn't move, and neither could the man, because Cassandra haven't seen this face since the Holiday Inn.